Hello, and welcome to Narrative Notions, where we unleash our unbridled, maybe unpopular opinions on all things books, movies, TV shows, media, whatever you can think of. We'll talk about it at some point. All opinions are our own, and we apologize for nothing. Hashtag dead dove do not eat. I'm Bethany, and that is my co-host.
Bianca.
And today's episode is a cozy catch-up.
For March.
Yeah.
And I do have a co-host in here with me. Maybe I can show him. He's down in the floor. There he is. His little butt. Cassian is with me. He currently is not feeling very good. He's got an upset tummy. He froed up.
I do not have a co-host with me at the moment, but that's okay.
So yeah, it's a cozy catch-up today. I've had a long week. And
You
I
had
was
a
like, yeah,
story to tell me earlier.
I do have a story to tell you. Before we get into that, we're gonna do our currently reading and watching list because I just need like a couple more moments of okayness before I get into that story about how my week has been. It has been a mess. I'm tired and yeah.
Yeah,
So
so last time I requested the cozy catch up, and this time it was Bianca.
I literally left work early today. I put in PTO. I went to the grocery store and I went home. I was like, nah, I'm not doing this today. I'm just over it. So currently reading list. So last time I had updated that I was reading A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. Well, and I told Bethany this, I have not told you guys this, but I have not finished a book in like 3.5 weeks. And this is unacceptable because literally I can finish 4 or 5 in a week. But I was focusing on A Little Life and my Libby request loan ran out. So I had to request it again. And it's like, it started at 10 weeks. What's it at now? I was 80th in line. I'm now 77th in line and it's a 9 week wait. Um, I also requested Fourth Wing. I don't want to spend money on it, but I want to read it to see what everybody's talking about. And I started as 266th in line, and I'm now 240th. It's a 5 week wait, which is crazy to me. I got about 70% into A Little Life. I'm at the part, if you have not read it, spoilers. I'm at the part where Jude gives himself a 3rd-degree burn on his arm. And it's just like, yeah, this is fine. The skin is falling off of my arm. No big deal. I had a whole conversation with my coworker about it today. I was like, oh, what is wrong with you? And she was like, mental illness, honey. And I'm like, that's not even mental illness. That's like, homie, you need to be in like the psych ward. It has been a rough journey. I have many things to say about A Little Life, and when I finish it, it's gonna be a whole thing that everyone is gonna need to listen to. I don't know what possibly could have possessed this author to write this book because this is literally one of the most unnecessarily painful books I've ever read. Like, 75% of what's in this book is not necessary, did not need to be here, did not need to be even conceived. It didn't need to be a thought. And yet here we are. Yes, sir. What are you yelling about? Come here. There he is. Come here. So yes, I've made a little bit of progress in What Did You Do? I still don't like Eli. What are you gonna do? I DNF'd The Well by Ryan. I think it was Robertson. It was an arc. It started getting real weird about animal shelters and a dog and was depressing and it had nothing to do with the rest of the story. And as someone who works in an animal shelter, I really just didn't feel like dealing with that.
That's
I
fair.
didn't want to hear about a dog being abused in the animal shelter and how demonic and evil the animal shelter is. It no. I think that's it. Currently watching. I am rewatching Bridgerton because I am so very excited for the third season. You literally don't understand. I love historical fiction. I'm a couple episodes into the first season of my rewatch, so I think that's all that's interesting that I'm watching and reading. Bethany has a big update for her currently reading.
Yeah, so
Cassian?
I'm about 70% of the way through Priory of the Orange Tree. And I, okay, as someone who does like high fantasy, because I've read Lord of the Rings, but like there's parts of this book where I'm thinking it did not need to be this long. It like there are some parts where it's just like so drawn out and so slow that it's irritating because it just goes so slowly. And then I I'm not even gonna try to say these characters' names because there's not a pronunciation guide anywhere in the book, so I'm just gonna leave it alone.
I
But
just want to know what you think the pronunciation is.
I'm not
Because
even gonna
I'm nosy.
I'm not even gonna try that. But the lesbians are cute. I like them. I like their story. Is some of it drawn out? Yes. Do some of the conversations not need to happen on screen? Yes. I think that some of the conversations could probably be like,
Or on
I don't
page.
on screen, on page, it's the same thing. Um, we writers call it on screen. Don't worry about it. But I don't know. It just so the battles are slow to me. And I like that's like the big thing. I'm not entirely sure of what I'm expecting with the nameless one, which is like this dragon that showed up that's not supposed to be around until like the queen dies or something. I don't know. I think it's her lineage. Like this dragon's not supposed to come about until her lineage dies off or something. I don't know. Um, I it's a very anticipated fight against this dragon, but I'm also like I don't I'm bored kind of. Like I'm a little concerned that this fight with this dragon at the end is going to be very pointless and I'm going to be disappointed just because of like how everything else has played out. Um I don't like the dragon rider. Sh- She's she's annoying. I don't like her. I don't like her perspective. I don't. Um she's very cocky, I guess is the word. And I haven't liked her since like page 20, I guess. I don't know. Um so I don't as mu I don't want to say as much as I'm enjoying this book because I'm on the fence. At this point in time, it's like 3.5 stars, if I'm being totally honest, just because of how long it feels. But I don't really have any like desire or like dying need to read the sequel when it comes out in 40 years. And I don't really have an interest in reading the prequel either. So they're just gonna I'm gonna finish this one and depending on how I feel when it ends, I may or may not get it from a library or something, but I don't really have any intention to read the sequel. It's not that it's a bad
Understandable.
book because it's very well written. I like the like I don't know how to explain it, but it is very well written. It's just not for me in terms of high fantasy. So I can see the appeal for most of the other readers that gave it like these raving reviews, but for me, it's just not really my thing because Lord of the Ring, I don't want to say it should have done what Lord of the Rings did because Lord of the Rings, it takes this entire journey and it splits it up into three books. The Priory is split into three different parts, but it's all in the same book. So it
Mm.
feels very long and it gets very tiring, and my brain is tired. And I can't process everything all at once. So I have to read it within like 25-page increments, and I try to read 100 pages a day. So it's a lot, but like it's not bad.
Sounds like high fantasy.
Yeah. Fantasy
It's
is always like hit or miss.
I got I got Realm Breaker by Victoria Aveyard when it first came out. And I tried to read it and I think I got like 3 pages in and I was like, I'm not in the mood for this. This is too much for my brain
Yeah.
and I'm gonna wait. So I put it away. And now I have Realm Breaker. I don't think I have Blade Breaker, and I think the last one, I have absolutely no idea what the name of it is, but I am going to start Realm Breaker soon. But that's definitely high fantasy. It's going to be a lot of world building. It's going to be a lot of brain power,
Yeah.
and it's just going to be a lot.
Yeah. I tried to start reading something like simple with Priory so I can just like get through it and I won't have to use so much brain power on something, but I'm already used so much brain power with Priory that I don't even feel like I can make it through like one page of like a simple, like short fantasy or sci-fi book. Like I wanted to start Renegades by Marissa Meyer, but I could not with Priory. It needs to be the only book that I read, and then I need to take a very long break from it and then read something else.
It's kind of how I feel about A Little Life, man. It's like consuming my life. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's sad. And I kind of resent it. But at the same
Hmm.
time, I'm over here like, I can't read anything else. I haven't picked up Air of Fire in weeks. And like, it got deleted off of my phone Kindle Unlimited app, but it's still on my regular Kindle. So I've
Hmm.
still been reading it. It didn't get deleted. So I'm like, maybe I can finish it before it realizes. So yeah,
Yeah.
I now have a Clarence and a Clementine. Clarence was crying at the door, and I just cannot deny my baby man the pleasure of being in my presence. So yes. So today,
Yeah.
cozy catch up. We're just talking about things, I guess. I can tell my story of my week. So we know that I work in an animal shelter
All right.
and
Get
I
cozy.
work with children. I'm also cozy. I have a blanket. Um, so we had spring break camp last week, and it was a 3-day camp, and we had some very interesting characters of children. And it is definitely a thing nowadays that parents don't parent their children,
Yeah.
and kids also have no self-regulation skills. They have no idea how to be bored, and they have like no respect for authority and
Yeah.
adult figures. So it was rough. I love what I do, but I tell you what, it made me very tired. I was very frustrated. And I did have a conversation with the kids, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm disappointed in your behavior. We should not be doing this. This is not how we act. This is no. I no. Now today, this was the story that I wanted to tell Bethany, and I'll tell everybody else. I had a field trip with a bunch of moms and their preschool children, and it was something else. I am not really someone that deals with small children because I don't understand them. They don't know how to tie their shoes. They don't know how to open their fruit snacks. They don't know how to have a regular conversation. And it's just very frustrating. It was very tiresome. The kids literally were not listening at all whatsoever. They were like running around, could have gotten hurt, were paying me no mind. The parents were doing nothing to control their kids. They were just looking at them. I was like, wow, this is great. You let your kids act like this in public? Amazing. I love that so much. I was so tired afterwards. I was like, I'm gonna go home early. Now I'm gonna finish everything I need to do, and I'm gonna go home early. I literally had like a 4-year-old boy, and he was one of the worst ones today. Him and his brother. Him and his brother. The 4-year-old, 5-year-old, whatever he was, he literally came up to me. He looked up at me and he was like, sometimes, and I'm gonna get really close. Sometimes I like to hurt myself. What in the biscuits?
That's a horror movie right there. That's
Literally with
that's
that
so
same
creepy.
face. With that same face. Sometimes I like to hurt myself. I told my boss, I was like, I am traumatized. The mom was doing nothing. She literally didn't even care that they were running around telling me that they harmed themselves. Was just like over in the corner, hanging out, ignoring her kids, literally running around, putting themselves in harm's way. I'm gonna have nightmares about that kid's face. That was one of the scariest things I've ever had a kid tell me to my face in my life. Sometimes I like to hurt myself. That's like some shit that a possessed doll would say. This is not Annabelle. What is wrong with you? It was
Yeah, no,
scary.
even when I was working with kindergartners, even first graders, they were not creepy. That's weird. That's insane.
This was a child that's got issues. I
Yeah.
don't know, man. So that's what I've had going on this week. I'm exhausted.
Mm.
Uh, I'm gonna make cannolis this weekend.
Hey,
Cannolis. Yeah, I got the stuff today. Gonna make cannolis. It's gonna be great. It's gonna take forever, but I'm making it for Easter. I don't typically celebrate Easter. I'm not religious, but a friend invited me and Matthew to an egg hunt thing,
hmm.
and I'm gonna bring cannolis because last year I brought snickerdoodles and I haven't talked about it in the past on the podcast. I really like to bake and I used to want to be a baker. I wanted to have my own little bakery and that did not end up happening. I wanted to go to culinary school. That didn't end up happening. I do really love to bake, but I don't think that I would enjoy it as a job and doing it like all the time always. And when I
Yeah.
was a teenager, I tried all kinds of different recipes and everything. Like I can make cakes and pies and cobblers and all that jazz. There were a couple things that I really messed up. I cannot make chocolate chip cookies to save my life. Every single recipe I've ever tried since middle school, they come out as chocolate chip pancakes. Doesn't matter what I do. And I think I've only made apple pie twice. Uh, I'm better at making apple cobbler, but the apple pie that I made, I burnt the sauce and I didn't know that I burnt the sauce. And then I had my
Oh,
grandpa try it and we called it the demon apple pie because that bitch was burnt. And he was like, honey, I know you tried, but it's burnt. But at least he tried. My Nini,
yeah.
that's a good man. He's a good man, Savannah. He really is a good man. I love my Nini. And people are gonna be like, Nini. So part of my family are Chinese. I am not Chinese, but it's been a thing since like my cousin was little, that she called him Ning Ning, which so far as I know is Chinese for grandpa. I have no idea. I call him Nini. I don't know. But yeah, the demon apple pie. Learning lore about me. Wow, part of my family is Chinese.
Woo.
Um, woo, so yeah, I'm gonna make cannolis. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so fun. Bethany, what's been going on with you this week?
I finally had my doctor's appointment for my thyroid, Ted. If
Go
you guys did
Ted!
not get the memo, I named him Ted. Um, I I did blood work to get like a updated like diagnosis or whatever. And then I go for an ultrasound to look at Ted because Ted is swollen. Um, I have an enlarged thyroid. So I go for my ultrasound on Monday. Um, so I'll get that done and then I call the doctor 3 days later, hoping that she has the results. They also reached out to my um previous doctors before I moved, so hopefully they'll get my medical history on that. And then hopefully I can get medication for Ted because I'm still tired all the time. So, and I mean, that's really about it. I'm ready for the semester to be over. So if anyone is new and they do not know, I teach college students, and I'm not going to say too much in case my employers find me. Um, but like I really love my job and I love my students, but this semester has been whack. So that's all I'm going to say. But Bianca knows. Bianca knows everything. So,
That's like, I love my job, but I can have a bad day every once
yeah.
in a while. It happens.
Yeah. And it's not like anything for like the students or like my work, my job itself. It's the scheduling that's annoying that I have to work around. So, but other than that, nothing really too much exciting happening at the moment. I got a new water bottle.
Wow.
My other water bottle stopped keeping things cold. So I teach, so like my college students are high schoolers. And I had my water bottle, which my other one is back there, this purple one, it has stickers all over it. I brought in this new one to work on Thursday, and they were like, Miss Nichols, your water bottle is naked. And I'm like, yes, I know. I had to get a new one. So now I have the same rule with my high schoolers as my first graders, where if you bring a sticker, you can put it on my water bottle. I don't have any yet, but we'll see if I get any. If not, I'll just put stickers on it myself.
I need to do that with my campers because that's actually really cute. I need a new water bottle. My water bottle that I have right now is old. I've had it 3, 4 years, something like that, because I had it when we still worked together.
Mhm.
And I have dented the bejesus out of this thing.
Yeah,
There's
my other
one
one was like dented
down
on the very
there.
bottom and scuffed from dropping it on pavement. So like it never really stood up correctly, so it would wobble every now and then. But
And then mine, the stickers that I have on it, I don't think that they're meant to go on this texture.
mm,
So gosh, the lighting. Usa-chan is rolling off here, as is Kirara. And there's one more somewhere. Who else is rolling off? Did I take it off? I might have. Oh, and Inuyasha right here. So a little sticker exploration adventure. Goodness me, you can't see them. We've
Yeah.
got
I still have like
My Hero
the sticker
Academia.
packs that you gave me. I have to find them though. Otherwise, I would have put them on my water bottle, but everything is still packed away because the new house is close to being built. So hopefully I can unpack everything. It's very soon once we get into the new house. So,
Wow. So yeah, I there have been many interesting things happening
mm.
in the world. I think we should talk about interesting current events because we've been talking about baking and water bottles. But also, this is a cozy catch up, and we're talking about whatever we want, and this is our podcast.
Okay, before we get into current events, I just want to say that I don't know if you know the cosplayer Karina Koser, whatever her name is. She has been popping up on my TikTok on my For You page because of like the fan meetings that she has with like a lot of her fans and the bisexuality is bisexuality. It's kicking in because she yes,
Did, did you
yes,
hear that?
no.
Thank God. I like pulled her up because I'm like, who is this? But she rings a bell and it just wah, it's like a song.
Mm.
Um, do I know who this is?
She's really popular in like the cosplayer like internet personality world. A lot of her like more masculine
Mm-hmm.
cosplays have been popping up on my For You page and it's yeah.
She rings a bell. I don't follow her. Well, there's another cosplayer that I do follow whose name I currently can't think of, and I'm gonna find it, who is of ambiguous
I know who you're
sexuality
talking about.
and gender.
I know who you're talking about. I don't
I don't
remember
know
what their
what
name is.
they identify as, but I'm gonna find this person
Because I think I
and
followed them too.
it's Hakkencoser. Hakken Coser. And I don't know what they are. They're whatever they identify as, and they present typically masculine, but I do not think are biologically male. Does it matter? No. But they do some masculine cosplays very, very, very well. They do Gojo. They do Gojo. Who else do they do? Levi, I think. Is that Levi? They do somebody else. There's a
So
lot of them. They do a lot of them really good.
yeah,
Have they done? I could have swore there's another one that also does Yuji.
mm,
Yuji, I can't remember his last name. I can't remember his last name
I don't
from,
either.
oh my God, what even?
Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yes. You know what my brain thought of? Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm like, I know it's not that, but I know it starts with But yeah, there's another cosplayer who does a good Yuji, whatever
Mm.
his last name is. I know it. Itadori.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
see, Yuji Itadori cosplayer.
Oh, they
And I'll
did
stick in
Matthew
pictures
from
somewhere.
Given. Nice.
Or oh my God, I can't even think of Sukuna. Okay, hold on. No, it's a Sukuna cosplayer. Sukuna cosplayer. I think she's a female and just does masculine cosplays. But also, I see chest, and that looks like a nipple piercing, but that's a masculine chest. Are you wearing like a silicone chest? Is that what we're doing right now? I'm not complaining, but how do you hide it so well? That's a chest. That's a, what are you? Again, it doesn't matter, but that's a chest. Hang on. No, I'm sending this to Bethany. This is ridiculous. That's a chest. I don't see anywhere where there is like a line for like a silicone chest or anything. That's a masculine chest.
Oh.
That's a nipple. What are you? Who are you? What? I'm
Huh.
just curious, you know? I'm just curious. They've also done
That's some hoodoo right there.
Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. Like
Mm.
a very good one. They have a very strong jawline. Whatever this person is, they're doing a good job. But I'm very curious because I also don't see any like chest surgery scars unless they airbrush them out. I don't know. I'm confused. What are you? What you got going on?
I,
I'm just
if
gonna
any
put these
more of
pictures in here.
if any more of Karina's videos pop up on my For You page, I'll send them to you. So you can see what I'm talking about because like she plays into the part very well. And I'm like, if a woman looked at me that way, I would fold. So, you know.
Understandable.
All right, so current topics, current events. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I remember in the episode where we talked about like content creators we really love right now.
Mhm.
And I have talked about Shrimp Rave and the hamster rave. Well, there is a new one that keeps popping up on my For You page, and I've
Oh dear.
sent it to you, and it's the stripper frog, Frogiana.
Oh yeah.
And just now it like popped up, and this little puppet frog is in like a pink mesh like shirt and has on like a black like string made like thong thing, and it's just like going, and there's like a little dog in the background that's just like but I love it. And you know what, people are making money off of this. They're making money off of this. This person is literally acting as a frog puppet and stripping on TikTok and is getting gifts and making money. And here I am, not acting as a frog puppet, stripping on TikTok and making money. And I think I need to remedy this
So
and do
I think we
something.
need to change our career paths. I think we need to think of something a little bit more interesting.
Because we know that I get so excited by shrimp rave. So like, why not um get a frog puppet? We could be unique and get something else. A giraffe puppet, dolphin puppet, and just have it be stripping. Ba, 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 ba. because why not?
I mean, that's fair.
I
Oh,
talked
I
to what?
I learned today that Olivia Colman is not returning to Heartstopper as Nick's mom for season 3, and I'm so upset because if anyone has read the books, then you know why Nick's mom is important in season 3, and I'm devastated. My
Well,
heart's broken.
your heart has been stopped. You're welcome.
That was awful.
Well, hopefully the season still goes well.
Yeah.
Uh, at least she was like more of a minor character, I suppose, because it would really suck if they replaced the two main characters because
Yeah.
then everything is terrible. I'm remembering Charlie. I can't remember the other one's name right now.
Nick.
Nick. I did have it right. I was like, no, I feel like that's the actor's name.
No, that's Kit Connor.
I'm tired. It's
I mean,
fine.
fair. It is 10 o'clock there, so
She's an hour behind me, and
yeah.
it's very sad.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully Heartstopper goes well. What other current events? I talked to Bethany about this yesterday. The dude punching girls in the face in New York City.
Dude,
I don't think
apparently
we
they
have
know
any
apparently they know who's doing it. I don't know what his actual name is. I haven't seen anything, but like he's on TikTok. Um, and
just punching
he's
girls in the
been
face.
yeah, he's on like I think he's been caught on video a couple times and people have found him. Um, but I don't know if anything has been done about him as of yet,
Whoop his ass.
right?
Literally, I've seen like 6 or 7 different videos of girls getting punched so hard in the forehead they have goose eggs.
Yeah,
Like, what is your problem? I don't get it. I don't get it. You suck. Somebody arrest him. Why hasn't anything been done? Oh my gosh. I highly doubt that we have any watchers or listeners in New York City.
probably
But
not.
if we do, be safe out there
Yeah.
because apparently there's crazy people like this, which we already knew that the world was crazy, but now we just got people just going and punching people in the face for literally no reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. New York is what New York is. And
New York is
carry
New
your
York.
pepper spray. New York is New York. It's a mess. It's fine. These men need to stop punching people in the face. Now, I also learned something because, out of touch. I guess I'm getting old now. I discovered from TikTok a new word and I had to use Urban Dictionary to know what it means. And that word is bop. And
See, you told
in
me about that and I haven't heard it at all, even on TikTok.
this is the one and only time that I've seen anything about it. In my old lady vocabulary, bop means a catchy song. Man, that's a bop. That song is really swanging. I Apparently that's not what it means anymore. It is what it means, but now it means something else. So I'm on TikTok and this dude was talking about Tara Yummy. Whoever the hell Tara Yummy is, I don't know. She's a TikToker. I I think she does music. I
Mm,
think she might do the song that's like feeling so da 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 da. I'm feeling yummy. Da 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 da. Da, I'm feeling yummy. That. I think
mm.
that's her song, but I could definitely be wrong. I have no idea. Fact check me if you want to. They are now calling her a bop. And I was like, what the hell is a bop? I was like, oh, does that mean she's good? No, according to Urban Dictionary, a bop is a slut essentially. Uh, it's like a girl that gives like every dude head or like is really easy to sleep with, which I don't get it. First of all, leave her alone.
Yeah.
You're literally just mad that she's pretty and she doesn't give you the time of day and you're an incel. And second of all, homie, if you're gonna call someone a slut, just call them a slut.
Yeah.
Why you gotta come up with a new word for it? A bop. What the hell even? But then I just remember that one girl where she was in the interview and the man was like, "Are you a slut?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm a slut." And he's like, "Why is that a good thing?" And she was like, "A slut is what I make of it. I can be whatever I want. I'm grown." You know what? Go her. I hope she's doing amazing. I wonder what she's doing now. Being a
Mm.
slut and making of it what a slut is, whatever she wants it to be. There you go. She's
Good for her.
grown. She can be a slut. I don't know if Tara Yummy is or not. I don't even know who the hell Tara Yummy is or really what she does. But according to the internet, she's a bop, and I had to find out what the hell that was. Hello, Bella. And she's over here like, what the hell is a bop? Girl, I barely know at this point. She said, I'm too damn old for this.
She just got done eating.
She's a little old lady,
She a big
and
old lady. She like 80 pounds.
she's a big little old lady.
Big
She
little
don't know
lady.
what all of these weird slang words are. This is just a little baby girl. For our friends on Spotify, Bethany's dog Bella has made an appearance. Hop over to YouTube. She's so precious. She's just a big little old lady.
She's a German Shepherd and she is the love of my life. I've had her since I was 12 years old. And I'm 24. So I've had her for 12 years.
She's old.
Actually, yeah, 12 years because her birthday's.
I was like, she's about to turn 12.
Bella, happy late birthday. I'm so sorry. Her birthday was March 16th. I forgot your birthday.
She's like, get away from me, woman. You forgot my birthday. Don't touch me. Man, you're 2 weeks late to her birthday. How could you do
I
that?
know. I totally forgot. I'm so sorry, Bella.
Now she's just pouting.
Mm.
I don't have any cat birthdays in March, but I have two cat birthdays in April. Cassian is gonna be 1 on April 12th, and Clementine will be 2 on April 16th. And Clementine is here with me. Her little, you can like see the very edge of my desk, like right there. She's sleeping in her little pink bed. She's sleeping in her
Precious.
little pink bed. She said, "I'm so comfy with my mom." She's just happy to be here. She's happy to be included. She just wants to hang out with her mom. I need to get a better webcam because literally this thing is awful. And then off Bella goes.
I
Off
had to
she
let her
goes.
out. Otherwise, she was going to start banging on the door. And
She
this is a
said, "Let
red
me
top.
out. This woman forgot my birthday."
I feel so bad, but also she doesn't know what her birthday is.
Neither do the cats. Usually for their birthdays, I will like give them like special wet food or something.
Mm,
I can't necessarily do that now because Cassian has his special diet food,
mm. Yeah.
which makes his toots really terrible. But yeah, he can't have like the special like gravy that I put on it. Now the big cats
Mm.
can, but yeah. So Cassian will be 1 in April. Clementine will be 2 in April. Clarence will be 3 in August. And Cinnamon will be 3 in August. And you know, I realized this a couple days ago. My cat Cinnamon has not made an appearance on the podcast.
No, she hasn't.
She has not come to hang out with us. And I
She
am
likes her
not
privacy.
sure why. You know, she just doesn't want to come and hang out like in the office with me, which I probably just need to like get her and bring her in here because everyone will enjoy her and she will just sleep in my lap. She loves to be separated from the other cats because she tolerates her brother, Clarence. We are on the road to her tolerating Clementine. They're doing a lot better than they used to. She absolutely cannot stand Cassian. She can't stand him. So her
Cassian
favorite
is usually
thing,
in the office a lot with you, so that's probably why.
yes, it's either Cassian or Clarence and Clementine together. They don't like to be separated because they're bestest friends. But yeah, Cinnamon, I'll have to bring her in for like our next episode. I wanted to this time and then I forgot about it.
Mm,
Yeah, she has not been in here. She likes to be separated from the other cats. Her favorite activity is to be laying on top of me with the other cats nowhere near.
fair.
And it's so funny to me. People claim that like female cats aren't as like cuddly and affectionate as male cats, and I'm like, homie, you have not met my female cats. Clementine, she has the sweetest little
Clementine, my
meow.
best friend.
Clementine is her best friend, literally, and she will never forget her Aunt Bethany. And anytime she comes to visit, because I was worried about it when Beth moved to Tennessee, and I was like, oh my God, she's gonna forget about you. And then, like 6 months later, she comes back, and Clementine immediately is like, oh, my Aunt Bethany, and immediately went into her cuddle mode, tummy licking, and was like, yes, this
Yeah,
is my best friend, and then didn't stop touching her for like 4 days.
yeah. Her my best friend. I love
She
her.
misted
And
you.
I've told Bianca that if anything happens to her, I will fight her fiance for custody of Clementine.
She's just a little baby girl. Which this is funny because fun fact, Bethany is allergic to cats.
Yeah.
Apparently deathly allergic to cats, which has somehow not happened in all of the sleepovers that she's had with me and
Yeah.
my 4 cats and all of their cat fur and dander.
Yeah.
Do you
Well, I
see
probably
her little foot? Oh my God, that
well, I
was
haven't
so
really
cute.
spent a whole lot of time around, like I haven't spent like long periods of time at your place. So, I mean, that's probably one of the reasons why, because it took me 6 months for my allergy to act up. So when we had a cat when I was a kid, it's probably because I haven't been like at your place for 6 months straight. But
She almost died
yeah,
when she was little because they
all the
had a
time.
cat.
Yeah,
I tell her though, she needs to get tested again because I really feel like she's not allergic to cats anymore
I
because
know.
you can both
Yeah,
lose an allergy and develop an allergy later
yeah.
in life.
I've probably outgrown it, but mm,
You should get tested. You know, I don't, we have a whole like contingency plan of like if ever she's staying at my house and she goes into anaphylactic shock and is dying, I know to take her to the hospital immediately because she'll just die
yeah.
and to contact her mother. So yeah, but she would definitely fight Matt for Clementine. That is her bestest
Oh yeah.
friend.
Hmm.
And my cats are great. But I wish I
Yeah.
knew if you were actually allergic to cats or not. Clarence also really loves her. And when he was little, uh,
Mhm.
it's hard to tell sometimes because usually I'm wearing glasses and my hair is shorter, but we are very similar looking and we have been
Yeah.
mistaken for sisters and twins on multiple occasions. And Clarence used to mistake her for me sometimes.
Yes.
And the first time he ever met her, he wrapped around her neck and
Yeah.
slept on her. And he was
I
just
was
a little
almost
baby
suffocated that
guy.
night.
I I'll have to put a picture in here of him just like wrapped around you as just a little baby. I miss when he was just a little baby and he just a little guy. But you know, obviously I love him as my big little man. So let's see what else has been going on in the world. Also, yes, I am holding my mic stupid right now because I want to sit back in my chair.
Mm.
I really need to figure out my whole setup thing. As you can tell, I have a new chair. It's brand new, just got it I made Matt put it together because that's what he's for. And he moved his desk out of the office because he wanted me to have this big space to myself for the podcast because he is very supportive. So his desk is now in our like dining room area
Mm.
and he likes it like that. And now behind me in the area to this way, where his desk used to be, is now my big cube yarn organizer. I really like to crochet. Again, don't know if I have mentioned that or not, but yeah, I'm sitting back in my chair and I'm holding my mic like a stupid dumb idiot because I'm not one of those fancy people that has a thing that can hold it up. And I don't want to hunch forward like this. So I'm just going to hold it like this so that you can hear me. And it's fine because, if anyone has a problem with it, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Other current
There are
events.
there are bigger things to worry about than you holding your mic.
Yes. Like, oh, I don't know, that bridge collapsing,
Dude.
the state of our country, and birth control and abortion and everything else going on with that, and them trying to ban TikTok. It's
Yeah,
been
it's
banned like
it's
4 times now. I
yeah,
don't know, man.
it's a wild ride, dude.
I I wish that our government would care about things that matter,
Yeah,
but no,
no.
no.
That's asking too much.
It is. All they care about is if young people are not having babies. Maybe because we can't afford it. I don't want any to begin with. I work with children. I will not be having children. It's not my thing. Again, I don't do preschoolers. I don't do anything under the age of 5 because I don't understand them. They can barely hold a conversation. I don't need a child coming into my bedroom at night and being like, Mommy, I want to hurt myself. Absolutely not. No, it's
And God
creepy. I
forbid
don't.
your child is standing at the end of the bed like, "Mommy, I food up."
Afroda, what I do in my sheets? Literally, there was one time, the so, we never want to admit that we like wet the bed or like had accidents, whatever. The last time I wet the bed, I was an 18-year-old woman, okay? I had a dream that I was on the toilet and I pissed my bed.
Those are the worst. Oh my God.
I had a dream I was peeing on the toilet. I woke up, my bed was wet. I was 18. Okay, this was only 7 years ago. I have not wet the bed since then, thank God. But there was one time I got really bad food poisoning. I think from Dairy Queen because fun fact, I love Dairy Queen chicken tenders and fries, and I do get it with the country gravy and then extra country gravy and a cotton candy blizzard. That is my order. If anyone wants to send me that, that would be amazing. I do take bribes. Um, but I got really bad food poisoning a long time ago. I was probably like 17. No, I was with Matt. I was probably like 19, 20. The timeline of my life is ridiculous. I don't remember when things are. But I got really bad food poisoning and I proceeded to sit on the toilet. And then my mom's bathtub was in front of the toilet. So I was shitting water
I remember you
and
telling me
puking.
this.
I literally, like, I didn't think I was gonna. No, I hadn't even sat on the toilet yet. I leaned over to puke into the tub and I puked so hard it made me shit my pants. Like, that is the one and only time as an adult human being I've ever legitimately shit my fucking pants. I puked so hard, I shit water, and I freaked the fuck out, dude. I was like, what do I do? I was like 20 years old, still living at home. I hadn't moved out with Matt yet. I was like, I was so sick. That's the worst food poisoning I've ever had in my whole life, dude. And then I sat on the toilet, I'm puking, I'm shitting at the same time, and I like cleaned myself up and I went to my mom. It was like 2 in the morning and I was like, "Hey mom, I just shit my pants. Uh, what do I do with my underwear?" So literally it was the adult version of Mama frued up. It was Mama shit my pants. I was like, "What do I do with my underwear?" And she was like, "What? Honey, I guess just throw them in the garbage." She didn't
I
even
love
wash
your
them.
mom.
She
The
was like, "What the
imagery
fuck are
of
you
that.
talking about?" I woke her up at 2 in the morning and she's just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I was like, I frowned up. I shit my pants."
I like that you just like reverted to like child you because my like first thought would be like, oh, throw it away. But like, that is like a very funny, just like I
It
don't know
was
what to do.
it was so traumatizing, dude. I was like bawling my eyes out. I was so sick. I was so sick. I've never been so sick again in my life.
Mm.
I was so sick. I shit my pants. I was like covered in shit. I was covered in puke. I didn't know what the hell to do. She was like, "Honey, just throw it away." And I slept in the bathroom. It was really bad. I haven't been that sick since then.
I don't think I've been
There
that sick ever.
Dude, dude, but yeah, I have not wet the bed since I was 18. I
That's
haven't
good.
shit myself while puking since I was like 19, 20. Uh, Now Matt though, what was it, like a year ago? This man, we neither of us are like heavy drinkers. I think he went out with friends and I think they did shots or something. This man came home, he went and he laid down, and I'm like, "Okay, cool, whatever. I'm gonna leave him alone." He told me he had been drinking. He went and he laid down. He didn't feel very good. He didn't want to eat dinner. Cool. I go to bed. I go to bed, and I'm checking on him, and it's dark. It's dark. The light's not on, and I go to climb into bed. And what do I lean into? A giant puddle of puke. Where was that giant puddle of puke? My side of the bed. I remember telling you about this, and I'm still like exasperated over this whole thing. I love him so much, but literally he got like so drunk. I think his friend drove him home. He went and he laid down. He didn't feel good. He did not remember doing this. He, instead of, oh, I don't know, puking on the floor, puking over the side of the bed, getting a trash can, anything, no, he puked on my side of the bed.
Was this in
When
the
I
old
tell you,
apartment?
no, this was in the new apartment.
Oh.
This current apartment.
Oh.
Yeah, he was never super drunk at the old one. Um, he puked on my side of the bed. He puked on my side of the bed, and he was so drunk still that he had no idea what was going on, and I had to clean it up. I This man can never say that I don't care and that I don't love him, and he better marry me. Because I cleaned up his puke on my side of the bed so that I could go to sleep. I was so mad, but I love him so much. And speaking of him better having to marry me, we officially have a date. That's like my big life update. We have an official date for our wedding, which is October
Yay.
4th, 2025. I'm like
Yay.
reaching out to venues and everything. Bethany already knows that she's going to be my maid of honor. I have a couple of bridesmaids. I am asking someone else tomorrow who I will
Oh.
not name, although they will already know by the time this episode comes out. So maybe it'll be a fun tidbit. I mention her all the time. Hi, Grace. At the time we're filming this, it's a Friday. Tomorrow's gonna be Saturday. We're having lunch. I'm gonna ask her to be one of my bridesmaids, and then Sunday this will come out. So
Yeah.
yay.
And then I will
Um,
figure out how to do my maid of honor duties 2 states away.
you know, so it's not gonna be anything super duper extravagant. I have said that I am very easily pleased.
Mm.
I am easily pleased. Really, we just want to have like a venue outside near water, and I'm not trying to spend a whole lot of money.
I
I
will
started
say
my guest list, you know.
the 5 a.m. thing
I'm not
with
doing
my
that.
cousin's wedding. Okay.
Absolutely not.
I love
You
you.
got to tell them. You got to
I'm
tell
not
them.
doing that. Okay. So my cousin and I, we grew up together. So I wasn't very shocked when she asked me to be her bridesmaid, but I was still like pleasantly surprised. My cousin has always been a beach girly because, I'm from Florida. So like all of my family's from Florida. She's obsessed with the beach. She got married in December. And for anyone who is not from Florida, as much as we talk about the heat, sometimes it does get cold in Florida. But Florida's cold is
Is
wet cold.
wet.
So it gets down into your bones and it makes you hurt. Now, she wanted a sunrise beach wedding. The night before, it rained a lot. So that was also the night that we were rehearsing the wedding. So not only were we walking out there barefoot through like the grass of like this Verbo beach house that they rented, down this boardwalk that was maybe like a quarter mile long, down to the beach and standing there in the cold. We got up 4 hours later because we didn't go to bed till like 1 a.m. in the morning. We got up at 4 o'clock so she could have her sunrise wedding at 5. And we were freezing the entire time. My feet were frozen, my arms were frozen, my fingers were frozen, my nose was frozen. It was horrible. I love my cousin to death and I'm super happy for her and I'm glad that she's happy and she's married and whatever. I will never be doing that again.
And
No matter
whatever.
no matter how much I love somebody, I will not be doing that ever again. No sunrise beach weddings in the middle of December. No.
I will not be doing that because I hate the cold. I one, I'm anemic. Two, I have neurally mediated hypotension. So I can never feel my fingers or my toes, no matter what I do. So, you know, I don't want to be in the cold. We're doing October because it's not too hot, not too cold. I also love fall time. It's my favorite season,
Mm.
and it's going to be smack dab in the middle of our birthdays. So my birthday is September 30th, and Matt's is October 11th. And then also, fun fact, Bethany's is September 22nd, and we always like celebrate our birthdays together. We have like traditions that we haven't been able to do because you've been in Tennessee.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
okay.
we do like joint stuff. And then, with having our wedding anniversary right in the middle of our birthdays, it makes things a little bit easier because right now our anniversary is June 10th, which is in the summer and is also the first day of summer camp for my job.
Yeah.
So we will not be celebrating on our anniversary because this year will be 6 years together. Oh my God. So yeah, I am not doing a sunrise wedding. I don't even like the morning time. I'm not a morning person. I'm a night owl.
No,
We're gonna
me
be doing
neither.
something in the afternoon. Uh, I'm not trying to get complicated with it. I don't need all that. That's too much. No.
I mean, I'll ask you more of the details later, but um, I'm very happy and I'm excited. It's about time y'all are getting married.
We've
I've
been
been waiting.
engaged for almost a year.
I've been waiting for like
Um,
6 years. It's fine.
yes. Literally, so okay, so we've been engaged for almost a year. He proposed to me on July 1st, 2023, and I was like, we can just have a long engagement because literally I don't know what I'm doing. We don't have the money. Work is crazy. So it's like we're gonna get all that figured out. And then we can worry about it later because I'm not in a rush. I literally just wanted to have the ring because I was like, hey man, we've been together 5 years. And you say that you want to marry me, and it's not happened yet. So, but I've known that I wanted to marry him since like a year in. Uh,
Their
and
relationship is very funny because it started out literally enemies to lovers. She
it
could not
really
stand
did.
him.
I
It
couldn't.
was
He was an
hilarious.
asshole. He was an asshole. Um, he he was an asshole to me very briefly, not in like a oh my God, red flag way, but in like a I don't really know her kind of way and was like irritated with me. But then, he has always treated me like a princess and he's a really good cat dad. He takes care of us. We've got our nice apartment. I'm happy. The cats are happy. Never
And that's
thought,
all that matters.
yeah, never thought I would have a nice life and someone that actually genuinely loves me and just like when I wake up in the morning and I look fucking disgusting, he's like, "Man, you're just so beautiful." And he refers to me as his future forever. Future forever? That's shut the fuck up.
Cute.
That's too cute. That's gonna make me throw up. But yeah, I've known I wanted to marry him since like a year in, and I've just been waiting. I've just been waiting. Boop, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall, mama. Um, so yeah, and all of the cats have been waiting for him to put a ring on it. So, and he was like hiding the ring. I had no idea. Bethany tells me, like after he proposes, she's like, yeah, he's been hiding it in the electrical box in your closet. And I'm like, oh yeah, I would have never found that in an electrical box because I would not be flipping no breakers.
Well, there's not anything in it. It's just empty.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
just a
know
bunch
why
of
it's in
wires.
there. Yeah,
Yeah. The
I
wire, I
don't
don't
know.
even think the wires are connected to anything.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
But
She
he
said,
showed me,
yes, I have entered the chat.
when I came to your house, he showed me, he was like, do you want to see where I hide it? And I'm like, I feel like you're going to kill me if I say no. So sure, I will like to see where you are hiding it because that felt like a threat. But okay, thank you.
He was just so excited.
So he kept it in in a Ziploc sandwich bag, like balled up in the corner and like the farthest corner tucked away in the electrical box. So
And then when he proposed, it was very spontaneous because I had been pestering him because I was like, you said you had another birthday present for me. And obviously, I didn't know that it was the ring, but he kept, or not another birthday present, another anniversary present. And I kept pestering him. I'm like, you said you had another present for me. I would like to have my present because I'm really sad because I got you a lot of really nice stuff and you haven't gotten me anything. It was the ring. We had gone out to dinner. He was wearing skinny jeans. So he didn't have the ring box in his pocket. He had it in the car. We get back to the car and he's like, you want your present? And he was being really weird. And I was like, no. And I just started like backing up. I started running away. I was like, no, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. We can wait. We can wait. And he was like, no, you said you wanted your present. Gets down on one knee. Will you marry me? I literally started like bawling my eyes out so hard. I legitimately started gagging and almost threw up. And one of our friends that was videoing has emetophobia. So I'm gagging and I'm like, I'm gonna throw up. And she's like, please don't, please don't. I'm so sorry. I have to move away. So, that's the story of how I got proposed to. I almost threw up everywhere. And then I proceeded to cry for like another 2 or 3 hours. I called my mom. I called Bethany. I freaked the fuck out. It was a whole ordeal. And I was like, I went into our closet and I was just like sitting on the floor. And he comes in and I'm just like, you wanna marry me? Ah. Yeah. So we're getting married in October of 2025, and that's yeah.
Yeah. And that's a good like time frame for me too, because I gotta figure everything else out. Because I applied for a new job, so I'm hoping to see if I get that. And then I will have a year in advance to be like, hey, I need like a week off. Because I'm gonna throw you a bachelorette party. You know that, right? Because I have
Yes.
to. It's my
Yes.
job.
Yes.
Which means I need all of the other bridesmaids' numbers at some point, but we can get to that.
That'll happen after I ask Grace.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
Yeah.
is all of our life updates,
Yeah.
I
That
think.
was, I think, yeah, I say there's nothing really new.
This was a fun,
Uh,
cozy corner. You got to hear
yeah.
about me shitting my pants. So yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us and listening to Bianca's fun life stories. And if you want, we are on Spotify and YouTube, depending on whether or not you want to see our faces and our co-host in the back when they make their special appearances. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.